Hi guys, welcome to my channel Cooking Diaries. Today is a special one. I am actually recording 100th episode for the channel. To celebrate this occasion, I will be showing how to make delicious Hyderabadi dum biryani. Biryani preparation has 3 main steps to it. First we are going to see how to marinate the meat. Second we are going to see how to cook the rice properly. Third we are going to see how to assemble this marinated meat and cooked rice to make our biryani. So without further delay, let's get started. Here I have about 4.5 pounds of goat meat, that is roughly 2 kilograms, 3.5 teaspoons of salt or according to your taste, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. If you like your biryani a little bit spicier, you could increase the red chili powder according to your preference, half a teaspoon of homemade biryani masala powder, 1 teaspoon of meat tenderizer. Traditionally they use raw papaya paste. If you can find it, you can use that, otherwise use a little bit of meat tenderizer. 2.5 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, 1.5 teaspoon of shazira, a 2-inch cinnamon stick and 1 maize flour, 15 cloves and 15 cardamom pods, half a cup of regular yogurt, half a cup of ghee, half a cup of vegetable oil, about 20 green chilies. Again, if you like the biryani spicier, you could increase the amount of green chilies, a big bunch of coriander leaves, a bunch of mint leaves, 2 medium to large onions, juice from 1 lemon. First I am going to thinly slice my onions and fry them in the combination of oil and ghee. Alright, here we have our onions nicely fried and ready. Let's move on to next step. Next I am going to make paste out of our green chilies, mint leaves and coriander leaves by adding the juice from lemon to it. Alright, we have our paste from green chilies, mint leaves and coriander leaves. We have the oil and ghee mixture in which we fried our onion. We have our fried onions here and we have all of our spices lined up for our marination. So let's go ahead and marinate our meat. I'm going to add the shazira, cloves and cardamom. I'm going to crush the maize flour into small pieces and add that. Same thing with cinnamon stick. I'm going to break it into small pieces and add that. The meat tenderizer, salt, red chili powder, biryani masala powder, ginger garlic paste, yogurt, the green chili, coriander leaves and the mint paste, and about 3/4 of this fried onion. We are going to keep 1/4 of it aside that we will use in the later steps of making biryani. Finally, we are going to add about half a cup of this oil and ghee mixture. Now we are going to give this all a good mix. Once the meat is all marinated, give it a taste test and adjust salt or any other seasonings according to your preference. And now we have to let this meat marinate overnight, preferably 10 to 12 hours. The longer the meat gets marinated, the more flavor it would get into it. So I would recommend at least marinating it overnight. Alright guys, my meat is marinated well and here I have a handi in which I am going to cook my biryani. If you don't have a handi like this, you could use a Dutch oven or any pan with wide opening to make our biryani. So now I'm going to transfer the marinated meat into the bottom of this pot or handi in one single layer. We don't want the meat to be stacked on top of each other. It has to be spread into one single layer on the bottom of the pan. Next on to making our rice. For this we would need a good quality basmati rice. The grain should be really long and it should have a nice fragrance to it. So we would need about 5 cups, that is 2.5 pounds or 1.25 kilograms of good basmati rice. Here I have 4 bay leaves, 2 teaspoons of shazira, 15 cloves and 20 cardamom pods, 2 star anise, a 2-inch cinnamon stick, 1 big maize flour and small piece of nutmeg, and salt to taste. The quantity of salt we will talk once we start to cook our rice. Next we are going to wash our rice couple times with the water to get rid of all the dirt and soak it in tap cold water at least for 30 minutes. Here I have a pot of water on high heat to cook our rice. To this I am going to add our salt. The amount of salt depends on how much of water do we have here to cook the rice. Once you add the salt, give it a mix and taste the water. If the water tastes like a salty ocean water, then your water is salted enough to cook your rice. If you undersalt the water, then your rice is not going to be super flavorful for the biryani. Next I am going to add the shazira and the bay leaves. The rest of the spices I am going to add to a strainer like this and drop it into the water. Now let the water come to a rolling boil before we add our soaked rice to it. The reason we are using strainer to put our spices into the water is once we cook the rice, we are going to take this strainer out. That way we infuse the flavor of spices into the rice, but we don't have to bite into the spice when you actually eat the biryani. If you don't have a strainer like this, you could just tie up all of this spice in a piece of cloth and drop it in and take it out once the rice is boiled. Once the water comes to a rolling boil like this, add the soaked rice and give it a quick mix. The rice is going to get cooked really fast, so don't leave or go away from the stove at this point. Once the rice is like 80% cooked, we are going to drain all the water out of the rice. Once you notice that the rice starts to boil and try to come on top of water like that, now it's time to scoop out all of that bay leaves and spices out of the water. Be careful, the water will be very hot. We are going to discard all of these spices. Once the rice is cooked and about 80% done, turn the heat off and drain all the water out of this rice. Once we drain the partially cooked rice out of water, we would want to move quickly so that we can finish cooking this rice along with the meat. So to assemble and cook our biryani, we would need the marinated meat, the partially cooked rice, couple tablespoons of heavy cream, some saffron, lemon juice, and the leftover oil and ghee mixture in which we fried our onions, and the leftover 1/4 batch of the fried onion. First I am going to add some saffron strands to warm heavy cream or milk and keep it aside so that it can release some of its flavors and color into that cream. Now I am going to add all of this partially cooked rice on top of this marinated meat and spread it evenly. Next we are going to add the fried onion on top of the rice and pour the leftover oil and ghee mixture on top of the rice as well. Also add about half of the freshly squeezed lemon juice. Finally add the cream along with the saffron that was soaked in it. I have some chapati dough here. It's basically a mixture of flour and water. I'm going to roll this into a long cylinder and use this to seal the edges of our handi or the pot in which we are cooking the biryani. If you are using a crock pot or Dutch oven where you have a lid that fits properly and it does not let the steam escape, then you don't have to do this step. But traditionally this is how they seal the pot in which the biryani is being cooked, by using a dough mixture like this. Now I am going to place the lid on top of the dough and press it so that it seals perfectly, and now we are ready to cook the biryani on stove. First I am going to cook the biryani on high heat for about 5 minutes, then reduce the flame to medium high and continue to cook for another 15 minutes, and then I will show you guys what we need to do after that. The biryani has been cooking for about 20 minutes guys. For the first 5 minutes I cooked it on high flame. For the next 15 minutes I cooked it on medium flame. Now we are going to reduce the flame to low. And if you have an old pan or tawa like this, we are going to put it on the low flame and add the biryani pot back onto it. Now the tawa would help to control the temperature, and it helps to get the biryani cooked slowly and not get burnt at the bottom of the pan. Now we are going to continue to cook biryani on low flame with tawa underneath it for next 30 to 40 minutes. It's been half an hour since the biryani is cooked guys, so let's open it and see. The rice cooked perfectly guys. Look at all the rice grains that are falling apart individually. Let me try to get to some pieces and show it. Look at that piece of mutton guys. It's cooked perfectly. Alright, now it's time for a taste test guys. Absolutely delicious Hyderabadi dum biryani guys. Make it for any special occasions. Everyone is going to love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Give me a thumbs up and make sure to hit the subscribe button so that I can see you in another video. Until then, bye.